What is going on, everybody? Happy Friday to everyone. That's when I'm making this video. Maybe you're not watching on Friday, but happy Friday to everyone. So yesterday the channel actually hit 1,000 subscribers. So I just wanted to say thank you to all of you guys who have subscribed recently. I'm really grateful for all the people who have come in recently, because honestly it's been pretty crazy, because a week ago I only had like 300 subscribers, as you can see here, like 326 subscribers, and it took about like 100 videos to get to that point. I started making videos back in I think it was like May, and it took me like 87 videos to get to 100 subscribers. So it was really, just working hard, putting out content very consistently. And it's been in the past week or so where so many of you guys have come in super recently. So I just wanted to say, I'm just so grateful. Now we're sitting at let's see, 1,161 at the time of this video. So I just want to say to all you guys who have been watching, I know you don't know me really that well yet. Maybe you'll get to know me better as I continue to post more videos, but I really do appreciate every single one of you, every single person who's watching these videos, from people I know Matthew has been commenting for a long time, right after I post every video. Matthew, shout out to you. Sarah, you've been following along for a really long time, so shout out to you as well. And I'm going to continue to do my best to put out the best content I can put out and continue to work to improve myself, improve my videos, and just make stuff that you guys enjoy. So I just want to say thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers. Now to get into today's video. So I think there's one aspect of this Packers team that doesn't get quite enough attention as maybe it should be, especially in the past couple weeks. Maybe among Packers fans it does get the attention, but I think just sort of around the NFL, around the league in general, it doesn't get quite enough attention. And that is basically just how good this Packers offensive line has been, especially when it comes to how much depth we have when we've been dealing with injuries. So right now the Packers have only allowed 8 sacks this season, which is tied for second behind the Colts, who have 6 sacks. And of course, 4 of those sacks did come against the Buccaneers, but even regardless of that game, we are still the second best offensive line when it comes to protecting the quarterback. So last year, the Packers pass protection was the best in the league with a pass block win rate of over 72%, and we only gave up 36 sacks on the season. And there were a few different reasons for that. Of course, we had David Bakhtiari, still have David Bakhtiari. We had Corey Linsley, and then Brian Bulaga at the right tackle, one of the best in the league. And then the Packers in 2019 drafting Elgton Jenkins sort of allowed that offensive line to just be one of the best last year in the NFL. And so then after 2019, Brian Bulaga ends up going to the Chargers because, of course, the Packers couldn't really pay him. He'd been with the Packers since his rookie season where he won a Super Bowl with them, and he's just been, super reliable for the Packers. But considering he is one of the best, he signed a 3-year, $30 million deal with the Chargers. The Packers just didn't really have enough money to pay him. I'm guessing if they did, they would have paid him, but they sort of had to let him go because of that. And so I think coming into 2020, there are questions to, whether that right side of the offensive line will be able to hold up. Because, of course, we have David Bakhtiari at left tackle, who right now in 2020 is the second graded tackle in football according to PFF. And then, of course, we have Corey Linsley, center, who is the #1 center right now according to PFF in the NFL. So I think that left side, especially with Elgton Jenkins there as well, coming into his second season, I think we were very confident in that side of the line. The side of the line that we weren't as confident in, and there were some more question marks, was that right side. So now for the fact that we're already 7 weeks into the NFL season and the Packers have shown that they are one of the best offensive lines in the NFL, it sort of shows the depth that we have at the position and the ability to sort of move guys around. Because as you guys know, David Bakhtiari was injured before coming into the Houston Texans game right after the Packers get destroyed by the Buccaneers. The offensive line didn't do well in that game, allowing 4 sacks, and people were wondering, is this a trend? Is this going to continue to happen? Or was it just, one bad game against an insanely good Bucs defense? So coming into last week's game against the Texans, it came out that David Bakhtiari would be out for the game. And so I was a little bit worried. I was a little bit nervous just because, you lose one of the best tackles in the league on your team. What's going to happen, especially coming against J.J. Watt. You would have to assume, oh shoot, he's going to just come and wreck this offensive line. If our best guy is out, maybe they'll move him to the other side, allow him to come through. But in that game, the Packers allowed 0 sacks. 0 sacks, which is crazy. And so I want to take a look at this quote that really just puts it very well from Acme Packing Company. An article from Chris Burke sort of goes into sort of how the Packers offensive line worked very well last week, regardless of the injuries. So as you can see here, having someone like Elgton Jenkins, an elite guard in his own right, able to kick out to tackle when needed, takes a lot of pressure off the coaching staff. Having Billy Turner hold his own at left tackle, protecting Rodgers' blind side when his natural position is right tackle, also is a tremendous help. The depth the team has is also huge. Rick Wagner was signed to compete with Turner for the starting right tackle position, but now both have been in the lineup at the same time. So it's really just great to see that Billy Turner came in, had a super great game against the Texans. Rick Wagner was in there, had a super great, they all just played insanely well with David Bakhtiari not being in that game. And honestly, throughout most of the season, I get super confused about this offensive line because there's so many things changing all the time, and it's like hard to keep up. And, you know, the offensive line isn't always a position that people, you know, like to read about. It's not as interesting maybe as, you know, Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones, Devontae Adams. The offensive line is probably something people sort of think less about, but it's like the sole, I guess, foundation of the Packers offense, because if you have no offensive line, Aaron Rodgers can't throw the ball. As we saw, you know, when the offensive line does break down, like in the Buccaneers game, Aaron Rodgers had some trouble and the offense had trouble. So we really just need to give the credit to the offensive line and just how well they have performed so far this season. And if we take a look at the Packers running backs, some of their rushing stats, right now the Packers are 9th with 4.7 yards per carry, which is top 10. So top 10 in the NFL, 9th when it comes for yards per carry. Offensive line, obviously, you know, making some holes for these running backs. And Aaron Jones is a 6th best running back with 5.2 yards per carry. So honestly, I'm just happy to be a Packers fan. You know, we gotta you know, show our support for the Packers. I don't know if this is upside down. Can you guys see it? But I mean, this Packers team, offensive side of the ball especially, from the offensive line to our running backs to Aaron Rodgers. Of course, you know, maybe we want another wide receiver. If Aaron Rodgers had another great wide receiver, obviously we'd be even better. But even without one, our team is pretty stacked on the offensive side of the ball, so I'm happy to be a Packers fan, and that's what I want to break down today. Just show you guys how good the Packers have been at, you know, moving the line around, plugging these holes, even with injuries, and I just think that's super underrated sort of part of the Green Bay Packers. So that is all I want to break down today. Let's see if we can get to 500 likes today. The most liked video so far I have is 430, so maybe it's stretching it. Maybe 500 is a little too far to reach. Maybe you guys won't get there, but I'm just going to throw it out there, and we'll see. We'll see if it sticks. But that is all for today. Thank you guys so much, as always, for watching. Thank you guys for helping me get to 1,000 subscribers. Couldn't have done it without you guys. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video.